Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back. I know it's been a couple of days, so just to get you updated on what we are up to and what I've been up to, let's see, we just beat Ornstein and Smooth, so now we have the ability to teleport anywhere that we want to go. And that's where we left off. I've actually put on some light armor here. I'm just kind of goofing around with my Darkwood grain ring because I like flipping around. So we're going to go ahead and go to one of the four different areas that we have an option of going to right now. You kind of are not given a direct path of where to go at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and send us to an undead area. One of the reasons for that is that I now have the Silver Knight Spear, and the cool thing about the spear, which may not be apparent right away, is that it actually has the little effect right there, if you can see on the bottom, with the holy damage. So that means that this spear is effective for killing skeletons and not having them resurrect, and I'll show you what I mean in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and go to our Firelink Shrine, and we do have I think we have the Firekeeper soul that we need to use at this point as well. So let's go ahead and go back to Firelink Shrine. That's our beginning area that we came to from the tutorial. So, reason I haven't actually made a video in a couple days, I've been kind of doing, oh yeah, I bought Demon Souls on Amazon for the PS3. You know, I actually had never played it, so I was playing that for a couple of days. Not really able to record it, unfortunately, so I just went ahead and just straight up beat the game. And so let's go ahead and return this Firekeeper soul that we got from earlier. Boom, so that's returned. But yeah, I went ahead and did that because I really wanted to experience Demon Souls, and I would say it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm really glad that I did. So if you guys have not, I would definitely recommend getting some Demon Souls if you have a PS3. So there we go. Let's go ahead and reinforce that Estus flasks. Oh, what? I guess I don't have one. Oh, that's right. I already used it, so not a big deal, not a big deal. So anyways, now we can go ahead and save our spot here at the Firelink Shrine. But yeah, I'm back here. Hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much while I was gone for a couple days. I should be able to get some daily videos out once again. By the way, here's the guy that we saved from earlier. He can teach you some spells if you use Pyromancy.
I think you have I'll be pleased to help you. Yeah, wonderful.
So you enter no that you don't find his magic unsavory, and then he gives you a Pyromancy flame.
A flame. Well, let's get.
So that's pretty good. The way this works is, let's see. I don't know if there's anything in here. Let's just take a look at some of the fireball spells or Pyromancy spells. I haven't really talked about these since I decided to go all melee for this walkthrough. But a lot of these will make it easier. I don't know. None of these here I actually use when I do Pyromancy. I just do the... it might be Combustion, but not that one. There's like a Great Combustion that... it's like a really close range spell, but it does a lot of damage. There's a Chaos one that I'll use that does a lot of damage. So let me see. What you had to do is attune magic. I don't have any attunement slots, so I couldn't attune magic anyways. But I would have probably tried to attune the spell that I had earlier from the Blight Town that gives my attacks more damage. So I'd have to actually upgrade. Let me see. What would I have to upgrade to get some attunement slots here? In order to get some attunement slots, I need to upgrade this right here. I can't even level up just yet, so if I can do it in one level up, then I might actually go ahead and do that just so I can get the Power Within ability, and that makes boss fights a little bit easier. So we're gonna not ever talk to that guy and get because I'm gonna try and show you guys the other ending that some people don't know about. So basically the only way to do it is to not ever talk to him and use the little cauldron thingy that he gives you. So these skeletons right here are pretty simple to fight. The ones that are down in the area that we're about to head into are actually... those are actually the ones that will resurrect if you don't have a holy weapon. Now, if you don't have the Silver Knight Spear, you can go ahead and craft a holy weapon by talking to the blacksmith, and I think you have to have a certain Ember Stone that we get later in a different area in order to do that. But you can use the Sword of Astora, I think that's what it's called, the one that we got from the dragon early on in the game, if you have enough faith stat or whatever. Now those little skulls right there, they will blow up and you can't actually kill them. And they do quite a bit of damage to you, so you have to be careful. Also, I am not wearing the strongest armor right now, so I'm going to be taking a lot of damage from enemies. But that's just because I'm kind of messing around and I really like the... I love this. In Demon Souls, you cannot actually run... You can't quick slide down ladders like that. Dark Souls, they made it possible. So I'm doing a lot of damage right now. If I was actually doing a full-on dex build for late game, this is also the place I would go anyways, because there is the best dex weapon in the game, damage-wise and range and all that, is down here. I say that the Silver Knight Spear is the best weapon for leveling up, and you know, until you get to like the end game and New Game Plus and all that stuff, because the way it works is that once you get higher level and you have a really high dex stat or strength stat or whatever it is that you're using to scale, you'll probably try and... Oops, oh god, forgot about this guy. So these are the Necro Masters that will raise up the dead. And I keep getting hit. Okay, so essentially what I was going to say is that you're going to have a weapon that scales really well. Like, it's going to have a scaling... Let's go ahead and take a look at like this one just so I can make this make sense. So right now it scales an E on strength and a C on dexterity. So essentially you want to find something that's like an A or an S rating for dexterity if you want a really good dex weapon. I want to summon a phantom. Let's go ahead and get this little waypoint going right here. That's going to resurrect all the enemies. Now the actual Necros, they don't resurrect, so that's not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and save our spot right there. Anyways, so the weapon that you can find here, it's a scythe, and once you level up the scythe all the way, the idea is to use the scythe and to actually be able to use some kind of magic to buff that scythe up. So there's a lot of different ways to upgrade your weapon. You can upgrade the weapon with like fire damage or with magic damage and all that different stuff. But if you want like a damage that, or a weapon that has a crap load of damage and going into the late game, the best way to do that is to buff yourself up with like Power Within, and to buff yourself up with like Crystal Enchanted Weapon, and you have to do the quest line for all that stuff. And really, it's really fun to do all that if it's your first playthrough, and you know you can kind of mess around with all that stuff. But I don't like to mess with all that because I can play through just fine the entire playthrough with just a Silver Knight Spear, and I don't have to do all the additional optional quests to get the enchanted crystal spear from saving the wizard and all that good stuff. So you see, I got the little jumpy hops thing going on here, which is really cool, and I'm really fast. Just part of the benefit of having a light armor set. The other thing that sucks about having an armor set that is this light is that I take a lot of damage from everything, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of running through here. You guys might get lost if you're not kind of paying attention through here, and I might get lost too now that I talk about it. Essentially, you just need to watch your back. Don't let yourself get caught by anything. The thing I'm trying to do is to eliminate these stupid these Necros. What you would be doing if you didn't have a holy weapon is you would have to pretty much kill the skeletons and then run past them before they resurrect, which they will. And then you can go ahead and take out the Necro Masters, and then the Necro Masters will no longer resurrect the skeletons. But there's a couple of them to take out, so it's a little bit more difficult to do it the way. I've actually never done it that way. I've always taken the time to kill... Oh, crap. Forgot about that. So these little statues, you need to walk on the left side because they will stab you. I was trying to get past those skulls that blow up. Oh god, I'm about to die. And I did. That's not good at all. So I'm not really paying attention here. I'm used to having the hard armor on. The problem right now is that I keep getting staggered because I don't have my wolf ring on. So not really any benefit to having the Darkwood Grain Ring. I was just kind of messing around. Let me go ahead and switch it back. I was just kind of showing you the difference it makes whenever you have that. So let's put on some heavier armor. Can't put on too much or I won't be able to fast roll. I think I can put on iron leggings, which gives me a little bit more defense. There we go. That works out there. And we can go ugly mode. Ugly mode, not the most fun to do, but it is definitely a lot stronger for you. A lot of fire resist from this, so those pyromancers, or I guess the necromancers, I should say, are not going to be as much of a problem. And I can still fast roll, so. Alright, that'll work. A lot more physical defense. And I should not get staggered while I'm attacking. So I can just sit there and stab with the spear. And that's really what is really strong about the spear, is that you can just sit there and stab, 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 and if you have enough poise, you're not going to have to worry about getting staggered. So the leggings, I believe, have a little bit of poise on them. One thing I could do, now that I have the Ring of Favor and Protection, is I can probably equip the Havel's Ring, and I could just get my poise from armor rather than from the Wolf Ring. So I might do that here after a little bit. I'm not going to... I'll spend the time to think about which armor is going to work out with my current stats, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do it before I start recording the next episode. So anyways, let's get through this area. So I'm kind of letting them hit me here. You can see I'm taking a lot less damage and I'm not getting staggered, so it's a lot easier to just keep on attacking. And really, in my opinion, that's just the easiest way to get through a lot of the non-boss content through here, is just to spank and tank, you know. And you should have enough Estus Flask as long as you're not taking excessive damage or anything like that. Now, I don't have a lot of strength bonus. The way strength works is that you actually get a bonus from two-handing, but it only takes it does, like, I think an extra 50% of your strength, and that adds it to your two-handed stance. But you also do get a bonus just from two-handing in general, I think. So it's always going to be more damage to two-hand, even if it's not a big bonus, since I am doing more dex-based stuff here with the spear. But if I can two-hit a mob one-handed and two-hit it two-handed, then there's not really a giant incentive to actually go two-handed all the time. You just kind of have to figure out what mobs you're facing. So in this particular case, going two-handed doesn't give me any benefit. But if I'm going to be going up against a boss where blocking is not necessarily as important, well, unless it was like the last one, the Ornstein and Smear or whatever, then I can just go two-handed mode and dodge around and stuff. Soul of a Proud Knight. Oh, joy. Alright, so we need to go ahead and push this little lever in right here, and that's going to flip over one of the walkways. I think that one right there. Yep, you can see it. Whoop. So that flips it over. That way we can actually walk across it. Let's deal with this guy real fast. Stabby stab. And, okay. I think there is another Necro, and, well, no, never mind. Maybe not yet. I love it when those skeletons, they have this little attack where they'll just kind of go spin at you, and they just fly right on out of there. Okay, so there is a scythe in one of these passageways here. I will remember where it's at in just a second. So you can either roll off right now, and I think there's a secret passage. Let's go ahead and do that. So if you roll off right here, I believe there's a secret passage over here, if I recall correctly, and it's right there. There we go. So you stab that one or just roll through it. Either way works. And keep on running, and you're going to get a bonfire. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So we'll go ahead and rest at this bonfire. That'll heal us back up, as well as resurrect the enemies, of course, but no big deal. They're easy enough to deal with. Okay. So I think that there is the scythe that I was talking about for the dex build is right down there. So if you roll off, you have to roll, otherwise you won't make it. And then you just come down here, and it is right there. Boom, great scythe. So we'll go ahead and equip that one in a little bit, and I'll show that to you guys. Alright, so the great scythe. Well, let's do it where there's more room, because it's... okay, if you walk in one of these areas, you're going to fall through the floor, and I think it's right here. There it is. So yeah. So you fall through the floor right here, and it's not really a big deal. It just puts you in a different spot. You do have to be careful for those skulls. Now, this is an area that you would have walked to you had come a different way. So let's go ahead and go this direction here. There's a lot of different stuff that you can get lost in here. So try not to confuse you too much, but as you can see at the end, I don't know if you can see it on the recording because it's always a little bit darker on YouTube, but there's a demon at the end of this tunnel. It's one of those faceless demons. You can either kill that for the demonite, or if you're going to be upgrading one of those weapons, or you can just skip it. It's up to you. And I'm going to go down this direction, I believe. Oh crap, stupid skeletons. Alright, let's stab these guys a little bit. Oh no, he just parried me. Oh, it's been a while since that's ever happened. That's crazy. So let's go ahead and block. And that's one good thing about having your shield up. You can just sit there and block. Ah, yes. Fall through the hole, you silly skeleton. Another thing that's easier to do if you're two-handed mode, if there's an enemy that is blocking, such as those skeletons there, then you can actually guard break much easier in two-handed mode. So that's another thing to think about. It's also a lot easier with like a big two-handed sword. So I mean, there's caveats to all that. So here's the last Necro, I believe. I don't think there's any more after this. So if you kill this one, you won't have to use a holy weapon anymore. So if you've been using like a gimped out holy weapon this whole time, while you're waiting for the for these guys to die or whatever, then you can go ahead and rest easy. Once you've killed this guy, and if you killed the other ones that I've killed, then you won't have to use the holy weapon anymore. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's it. So let's go ahead and run through here real fast. Okay, this part is really annoying, so you need to be careful right here. There are these little skeletons that are attached to wheels that have spikes on them, and you're going to get wrecked. Oh god, I did not. Okay, I'm pretty much going to die. Yeah, you'll die. Pretty much die. That's the only thing that's possible here is die. If you get walked into like that. So you got to be careful. Whenever you see them rolling at you, you just essentially roll out of the way, and they'll keep on spinning into the wall. And then you can just go stab them. So it's not too bad at that point. The main problem here is that whenever there's a bunch of them coming at you, and you might want to have your brightness turned up because it's really dark in here. Alright, you got to be careful about those. Let's deal with this. Takes 2 stabs with the upgraded spear. It's not too bad. Okay. Oh shit, there's a Black Knight. I did not see him. I'm glad that I rolled just when I did. Oh god. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up just a second. I don't want to get wrecked by him. This is the one with the freaking axe, so. Okay. So what you can do against these Black Knights, if you're good enough, you can parry them. You have to know the attack animation speed on the axe. So you might want to watch him swing a few times so that you can see when you're supposed to parry. See, I tried it and I messed it up. There you go. So I watched it, and you essentially have to do it like right when it's coming at you. You can't do it when the swing starts or you're going to be screwed. And that's all it takes. Oh, nice! I actually got the Black Knight Great Axe. So if I was doing a strength build, that would be awesome. I don't have much luck with those Black Knight weapons. Let's take a look at it. I haven't actually seen this one. I don't think this is one of the better ones, to be honest. Let's equip that son of a biatch. So look how big that axe is. That is crazy. These are awesome. These weapons are awesome. Yeah, I don't even have enough strength to wield it with 2 hands. It is 36 strength requirement. Anyways, I did tell you I was gonna check out the scythe. So let's go ahead and look at the attack animations for that. You may or may not like the scythe based on the attack animations. It's got if you're doing a dex build, which is essentially what people like to do for PvP, for parrying. So if you're getting good at parrying and stuff like that, you may use the Great Scythe to do a lot of riposte damage. And riposte is what you do whenever you parry, and then you attack with a regular attack. It'll do that boom, that big stab animation. And I think the scythe, it'll do the stab animation. And I think the scythe does probably the most damage of any other weapon in the game. With the range and everything that it has, it's also really good. It has a really good running attack animation. So you can do that. Or if you put it on 2-hand, I really like the 2-handed one. It does like this little jump. I've done PvP with a Great Scythe like that, where you just run at them and do the jumping thing. And that's actually really good. It kind of catches people off guard. Because what you'll be doing, they'll be like running after you, so you'll be running away, and then you turn around and boom, you just do that. So it's like you run away, turn around, whack. It's really cool. And then you can do the jump back where you just push circle, and then that does the same thing. The roll I don't think is that great. Yeah, the roll is not too great. And the regular attack is not too great. So honestly, for just like attacking people, you're not. It's kind of slow like that, so it's gonna be really hard. But the running animation is the main thing, and then also the strong has a nice sweep to it. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's enough. I was just showing you all the attack animations. It's a pretty good weapon overall, though. For PvE, at least in the first playthrough, I still prefer my Silver Knight Spear over everything else. Okay, so we're gonna head through here now. There's a blacksmith back there. I didn't show you like most of the stuff in this area. Like, I don't know. I can probably make this whole walkthrough 3 times longer if I showed you every possible thing that you can do in this game. There's so many secrets and so many different areas to explore and stuff like that that it'd be very difficult for me to actually show you everything. And most of it's not even really relevant unless you're doing a specific unless you're doing like a specific build of some sort. So it's really hard for me to justify showing you everything and just making this really long, and you're like, well, I don't really care about all that stuff. But I don't know, maybe you do care about it, and I can do like another playthrough later and show off like a different build, which would require me to go check out some of this other stuff. You guys let me know in the comments. I mean, I do read all the comments, so that is important that you let me know. I think I just went backwards, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I need to go this way. I'm going to be going to fight this boss with no healing potions because I am a big scrub and I'm talking and I'm not paying attention and I'm taking a lot of hits, so I think we can do this, though. The boss is potentially hard, but not really. I don't know. I've got a lot of damage with a spear at +4 right now, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at how strong this boss is with not full health and no health flasks. We can go ahead and use humanity. Screw it. If I get in a bad situation, I'll use humanity. So once you walk through that fog gate, you're going to be up at the boss. You just have to drop down here, and let's go ahead and watch that cutscene, I suppose. Ugh! Look at all those skeletons hanging from the walls. It's crazy. What is he doing? This is a weird-looking boss, I'll tell you that much. Now, this boss can drop a few different things, and obviously you only get like one chance. But hopefully I'll get the Mask of the Mother. I believe that's the one that usually you want. It gives you like extra health, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so we gotta dodge this guy's attacks and just run up and stab him. Look how much damage I did. Oh man, I'm about to die. Okay, let's use humanity real fast. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, and full health. Bam. Get some, son. You're dead. I've only stabbed him twice, by the way, just to give you an idea of how much damage this freaking spear does. And he doesn't have a lot of health, really, to be honest. Main thing is just stab him, do a lot of damage. So now, after you beat this boss, this is one of the reasons I like to do this one first, is because once you beat this boss here, you can now kindle beyond the normal limit. So if you kindle your fires twice, you can actually have 15 Estus flasks. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty then. Got that done. Mask of the Child. I don't think that's the one I wanted. Let's see, which one is that? There's like a Mask of the Father, Mask of the Mother, Mask of the Child, and you just get a random one each time. So this one gives you increased stamina recovery speed. So it's similar to using the shield that I'm using right now. Not the best, but I'll take it. I mean, I'm not going to use it, but I'll take it. I think you can get the other masks by killing. There's like some mini pinwheel mobs a little bit later on, and you can fight those.